This is Josh from the band Solshade, and you are listening to the Heavy Mental Breakdown.
Yeah, you are. Dude, one thing I love about your band is that you classify it as progressive pedalcore
It a little
instead of
cheeky.
progressive metalcore. I love it. Where'd you guys come up with that?
So three of us, we're pretty big cycling enthusiasts. We're riding that we're past intermediate, but not quite like pro. We get into it pretty thoroughly. But I was biking one day, and I'm like, wait a minute, pedal rhymes with metal, and I was like trying to come up with heavy pedal is a thing, right? But some progressive
Yeah.
pedalcore, that's the cheeky little thing that talks about who we are, but also is a nod to essentially progressive metalcore, which is the, for better for worse, the cliche genre that sort of defines us.
Okay, so you guys are out in Madison, Wisconsin. What is the progressive metalcore scene out in Madison?
Madison's progressive metalcore scene. It's actually a little bit more diverse than that. I think the one of the best things about Madison is it's the music scene is incredibly diverse. There aren't really too many bands that overlap. Um,
So you guys all
so
know each other and you go to
yeah,
the shows, you guys all see the same kind of people there, and that's cool. That's cool.
yeah,
Small little community. I love it.
it's sick.
Yeah. So how long have you been doing this for? How long has the band been rocking out?
The band founder Spencer, he sort of launched the band pandemic era, because what else are you supposed to do aside from write some sick riffs during a
Yeah.
pandemic. So he started in 2020. I joined in 2021. So whatever that math is, I think it just hit the 4 year mark this past September. So we've got an EP under our belts, and then just
Okay.
this new full length here.
Cool. Have you guys? So when it comes to like touring and stuff, have you guys branched out too much far from Wisconsin area, or is that pretty much where you play most of your shows?
We are pretty fortunate. We've got a cool little vehicle that lets us get out pretty far. So we've done some stuff on the East Coast. We've done
Oh, cool.
couple New York dates, Delaware, Philly. We're branching out. We're going to Omaha pretty quick here. We're doing some pretty thorough regional stuff. So your bordering states, Minnesota is like second home to us. So yeah,
Nice.
we're very fortunate to be able to get out and play.
That's cool. Where did you play when you were in New York? That's where I'm at right now. I'm in Brooklyn.
Oh yeah. So is Kingsland still around?
Kingsland. That sounds very familiar. Very
Uh,
familiar. I believe
I
so.
I hope it's still around. I know
I
the
haven't
book.
been there.
It's very cool. I mean, heart of Brooklyn, culture shock for me, right? I'd never been, and just crazy. But yeah, sick venue.
It's called Kingsland. I've only been in New York for a couple years, and I honestly haven't been to as many shows as I would like to. And there's a million different venues out here.
Right.
There's so many. You called it Kingsman?
Kingsland.
Kingsland. I'm gonna look into that. I'm gonna see if that's still up and rocking. I'm sure it is.
They were pulling some pretty sick stuff in there for a while, like that mid tier, just not super popular, but not ultimately underground, right? So
Yeah, yeah, that's cool. So you were mentioning that you guys are about to start hitting the road here.
yeah, we're
Yeah, what
doing
do
a
you
little
guys
bit
got
of
coming up?
we're doing a little release tour. Our album came back out in September. But
Amazing.
yeah, amazing. It feels great.
Yeah.
We had to do some routing in November. So we're heading out to Omaha. We're heading out to Des Moines. Sorry, Des Moines. Playing Lefties. Fortunately, they're closing their doors, but so we're fortunate to be able to be one of the last shows there. So
Oh,
historic
cool.
venue, really cool opportunity there. We're doing some Illinois dates.
I wonder if Slipknot ever played there.
I shot in the dark. I would say probably. I hope. I hope, man.
Yeah. Yeah. I've never been to Iowa. I've never been in Des Moines, but it's always been a goal of mine to see Slipknot in Des Moines, Iowa. I've always
I
wanted to do that.
That was the band again. Talk about cliches. Like that's the band that did it for me. Like launched
Oh,
me into
really?
metal. Dude, love them so
That's
much.
awesome. Well, one of the main reasons why I started this podcast is because I'm such a big Slipknot fan, big Corey Taylor fan, and their song Snuff has always been a very heavy song for me, and the lyrics of that song are very deep. And yeah, there was just one day I was just thinking, I'm like, I wonder. Like, I want to hear Corey break this song down. Like, I want to know what this means for him. Like, he said a little bit about what it means before, and I'm like, no, let's do a deep dive, but I couldn't find it anywhere. I'm like, you know what? I'm going to build a podcast. I'm going to grow it one day so I can have Corey Taylor on so I can ask him more specific questions about Snuff.
Hell yeah, dude.
Yeah.
We're pulling for it. That would be incredible.
So are you from Wisconsin, or like born and raised, or moved around a little bit?
All intents and purposes, yeah. I was actually born out in Washington State, but I was pretty much raised here. So it's I'm a Wisconsinite through and through. Accent, you know.
Gotcha.
Glaringly obvious.
You kind of stepped away from the grunge scene out there in Seattle and did some metalcore in Iowa. I love it.
Yeah.
So how has the reception been from the new album? Like, how are people digging this so far?
Oh man, it's really humbling. It's you put so much into something and you're like, you never know how it's gonna land, but like a lot of really good thorough feedback, even just from the first single we put out back in August. We launched it in a kind of unorthodox way. We like put up the record for sale on vinyl cool. before any of the songs were out except for that single, and people were buying it up, and like just having them listen to it on my preferred format, being vinyl, and then like actually messaging us like, hey, this is great, these are the songs I like, lyrics are great, you know, you guys sound like Meshuggah, and I'm like, get out of here. But it's been really, really, really heartfelt and like super sentimental. Just couldn't have asked for better, really. It's really, really endearing to get such positive feedback on something that you put yourself into.
Yeah, that's amazing. So talking about some of the favorite tracks on this album, we are breaking down Proxy today. Tell us a little bit about what this track means to you and the band.
Man, it's definitely my favorite. Musically, it's the most fun to play live. It's got probably the most diverse palette that we could stuff into one song. Kind of highlights what we can do and do well. Lyrically, it's heavy. We'll get into that. We'll get into that in a bit. But we there was a special moment tracking it where our vocalist just like had the line, and he's just like, we're like spitting ideas out and trying to get something rolling, and he's like, hold on, and like one takes this huge like triumphant part. It's the climax of the song. It's just like he's belting it out, and just like one take, it was just pure magic. Like you looked at him and you sent yourself tearing up. Like
you're like, this is it, this is the moment,
dude. You're like putting the emphasis and diction and just like feeling an emotion that I hope to convey in these words, and he's like bringing it into life, and it's just absolutely phenomenal. So that'll always be a special memory for all of us, just sitting in the room and witnessing that. That
actually sparks a question. So you are drummer and lead songwriter, lyricist.
Lyricist for sure.
Yeah,
yep.
Lyricist. How does it? So how does it feel like when you're sitting back there on the drums and you guys are on stage and these lyrics are being sang not by you but by your lead singer? How does it feel? Just because we're also talking before this about how there's something therapeutic just about hitting drums. So you're on a stage, you're back there, you're banging it out, and you have your vocalist singing these lyrics that you wrote. How does that feel for you? Like kind of like you're like not really being on the outskirts, but like you're behind it and you're doing your own thing, and somebody else is presenting these lyrics, but they're so emotional and so heavy for you. What like how does that feel in that moment?
It's like off the shooting from the hip here. It's like it's selfishly like so cool to me because like I can be a spectator at the same time that I'm also helping like craft the live experience.
Yeah.
Um, I could never vocalize the way that he does with the conviction or the skill or just the demeanor. So like it feels correct if that's like that's kind of a lackluster answer, but it feels correct.
No, I totally get it. I'm actually working on like my own EP right now, and I have 5 tracks that I've done all the music for. I've written the lyrics for, but in my mind, I'm like, I know that I'm not the right person to sing these things. Like, I love these lyrics and I love these songs, but I just know that I'm not the right one to deliver it.
I
Yeah.
mean,
So
first of
that's
all, congrats. That's awesome. Stoked for you. But
thank
that
you,
like
thank you.
having this self-awareness for that is like pro level.
Yeah. So yeah, so this song, yeah, this one's a heavy song for you, and talking about inspirations, you get brought up with Suga. Is that one of your inspirations, or is that something that some of your fans kind of tell you that you sound a little similar to?
We've only gotten that like once or twice, maybe. It's just because there's a pretty cool like Herta section in this song that's like it's not bleed by any means, but it's definitely bleed adjacent and not
I
quite
love
as
the Suga.
technical.
Suga's
So
so good.
we saw him live for the first time back in December 2 years ago, I think. Just
Mm.
yeah, mind blowing. But as far as inspirations go, like I think, and from a lyrical standpoint, I think there probably is some Meshuggah-ness in there, just because like they do talk, you know, more abstractly and more on like a philosophical level. So like,
Hmm.
I definitely align myself in that way. But yeah, like oddly enough, I think like again, specifically in the lyricist lens, like a lot of Caroline Polachek, like her phrasing and just how she views art is. I was always sort of chasing that when I'm writing, just like how would she approach this? Um,
Interesting.
and yeah, right. It's a little unorthodox, and I certainly like was swinging for that. Definitely missed. I mean, you can't touch that level. She's so good.
Yeah. No, I mean, in all my creative ventures too, I'm always listening to things that have inspired me now and from the past, and try to just accumulate all this, inspiration from things that I've listened to, and like, how would this person do this? So I like that that's kind of where you are. That's exactly what my mind is too. I'm a filmmaker, and I'm always like, how would Alfred Hitchcock shoot this scene here? How would he direct this actor here? So I'm doing the same thing in my head all day long.
Oh yeah, dude.
Love it. Well, enough teasing us about this track. Let's rock out to Proxy, and let's break this down. All right, this is Proxy by Solshade. Let's break it down. Actually, I was gonna let it go a little bit, but I kind of want to dissect that for those first couple of lines there.
Yeah,
Uh,
man, absolutely.
Now you twist into a precipice. Is that that's how you say that, right? Precipice.
Yeah, absolutely.
Body rot. Walls shiver and mock. They all know what you think. Break that one down a little bit.
Break that one down for you.
Yeah.
So there was a time back, it was about a year and a half ago, I think. Yeah, two Aprils ago. I took a trip, and there was an induced sort of. I hate to say like anxiety attack or panic attack, because it like wasn't necessarily that. But for all intents and purposes, we'll call it that. And I like woke up in the middle of the night and I couldn't stop myself from like wriggling around. It was just like compulsiveness, just couldn't stop, and I was like super worked up, and like the need to do that was so all-consuming. I could not like get like that was the only thing I could think about, right? It was just like fact of like, if I stop moving, I will stop existing. I have to keep moving. So
you're saying that just kind of came out of nowhere?
It was on a trip, yes.
Okay. Walls shiver and mock. They all know what you think. Who's you? Are you talking about, is there the person whose body? Oh, okay. I think I'm starting to wall shiver and body rock, wall shiver and mock. So this is literally you in this moment.
Yes.
Yeah. This is about you. Okay. Walls shiver and mock. The walls are mocking you, huh?
It sort of felt like that. Yeah. They were,
like you're almost like you're trapped, kind of like a claustrophobic kind of thing, or
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like the walls are almost caving in, and you don't know what to do and where to go, and just kind of stay stuck in this moment.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head.
They all know what you think. It's like everyone's judging you, and they all know exactly what your next move is.
Yeah, and like your insecurities, and they know your finitude. They know they know the core and essence of you.
And that is one of the most dangerous things, right? Is for everybody to know you down to the core. Like, it's one thing to just like have friends and family and, you know, they know you. But when you're, for example, in a band and you're touring, and the more people know about you, it's kind of dangerous, because they can use that against you. They can use those little things against you, and they can mock you, and they can try to poke at you and try to get a reaction out of you.
Yep.
And that alone can kind of give you an anxiety attack and just make you feel shivery and uncomfortable.
Yeah. Again, your word before too, claustrophobic, you know, just like no matter where you are, claustrophobic in your own skin.
Yeah. Oh man, do I know that feeling way too well. Cool. No, I like these lyrics. You know, to me, a lot of times when I'm doing this, lyrics are pretty self-explanatory. So then, you know, I read them, then we dive into what it means to them. But I feel the way you're writing this is almost poetry in a way.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Do you? And it kind of took me a minute to be like, okay, actually, I don't really want to attempt this first. Like, you know, let's have Josh kind of break this part down, because I'm a little not sure what he means, but like in the best way, because now you can almost take this and make it your own and be like, okay, wall shiver and mock. Oh, okay. Well, you know, I remember a time when I was at work, you know, and things weren't really going well, and you can place yourself back into that situation, and those can just be the walls. The situation could just be the wall. It doesn't matter where it is, who you are, if you're on vacation, if you're just sitting in your bedroom in the shower, like those attacks can come at you at any time.
Dude, you are hitting the nail on the head entirely. I appreciate you saying that, like, because I think that's part of it too. Is like I struggle with like, do I want to explain so far to the the exact detail of the moment, but like in writing it, it's like I'm recounting my experience of it so other people can apply it to their situations, just as you're speaking about. So yeah, this is, you get it.
Yeah. It's a heavy song already. Just listen to the first line, and I feel like, so I will definitely kind of talk about where I'm at during this song, but right now, just the opening of it, I think the best word to use is claustrophobic already. And so I kind of want to see where this journey goes. I'm interested. You've got me hooked, Josh.
It's the blast beats, man. It's the blast beats.
There you go. Exactly. Heavy. Your identity engulfed by loss. That's living in the past. That is,
Yes.
to me it feels like you are living day to day by the decisions that you've made in the past, and Gray's irrelevant as you're the one irrelevant. It seems like everything that you have built for yourself, it doesn't matter anymore, and you just become irrelevant and battered by a lack of life. Like you see life as just lacking because no matter what you do, it doesn't matter anymore. It just doesn't matter still.
I love this setup because I know where this. As I know where the song is going, so this is great. This is perfect setup. It's the I like your interpretation. I think with the speaking of like loss, being like in the moment, I think I was like trying to speak about like how loss can be irrelevant next to the next part of the song. We're talking about impermanence and like the void and like finitude of time, trying to speak to how irrelevant that is when that is the ultimate thing, right? This void, this like lack of being, this non-existence. So I'm spoiling a little bit from the other parts of the song here, but like this is a part that's repeated to really drive home the fact of like, yeah, like if you think loss and living in the past and being irrelevant is bad, like the void that's out there, like the nothingness, the impermanence is like buckle in, buddy. It's really bleak.
Yeah. Why was it important for these lyrics to be repeated and have an emphasis? Why was that important for you and for this song?
This is the I think it comes back twice. I think in a loose sense, having it twice is sort of it's a nice bookend to like, you had the initial thought, which like maybe skews a little bit negative or pessimistic. I think in the second iteration, it does have a clarity to it. It has like an upward swing. It has a more positive connotation of like, okay, I went through this like really turbulent anxiety where I confronted like the void, right? And then
what is the void?
Precisely.
Yeah.
In this instance, it literally, to me, my goal was to explain it to be like literally just nothingness. Like when you're sleeping,
Just nothing. Okay.
just nothing. When you're sleeping, you have this like complete lack of faculty, right? It's like you're basically gone. So like trying to really drive home that sort of like emptiness feeling.
Yeah. That's heavy.
Yeah, it was one of the craziest thoughts and episodes I've had in my life. So it's like very important to try to capture how it felt.
Yeah. A lack of life. Irrelevant. Protest and battered. When you were writing this song, where was your headspace at?
I was chasing the exact like headspace I was in. Very hard to recreate, of course.
Okay, so I was going to ask if you were kind of still in that mindset of when you had that kind of anxiety attack moment. So you were out of it already, and you were trying to go back to it.
Yeah, recount it. I'm not sure I think I revisited the whole idea probably a couple days after because it was so impactful. but yeah, it was post looking back again with like a positive spin on it, and I think like a better sense of like how to go about my life.
Just a better understanding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. All right, well, you've definitely have. I'm hooked. Let's keep rocking out.
Hell yeah.
Okay. Let's go over this. If impermanence had a face, it would pale in the eyes of the void.
So deathcore, right? So deathcore.
If impermanence had a face, what a line!
Thanks, man.
I've never thought that would. Yeah, that's a line that's never came to me before. I like that, and it's just pale. It's nothing. It's a face that's almost like a vampire. It's pale. There's no blood running through it. It's not warm. It's cold. It's always there.
And it's gonna
doesn't die. It doesn't go away.
Yeah, it's gonna look really wimpy next to the V word, the void, right?
Yeah. Wow. Even a face with nothing is still nothing compared to the eyes of the void. The void is a place you don't want to be in. You don't want to go there.
Deathly afraid. This is all rooted in, just like tons of, fear of death, just like not knowing what that is, just like trying to figure that out.
Yeah. I don't know if we'll ever figure that out. I think maybe I'm going somewhere with that. I don't know.
I think so.
All right. All right. What a scream that your vocalist has. Oh my god.
He's a monster. He is a fucking monster. It's crazy.
Like, I can't even imagine what like the booth is in the studio is like after he goes in and tears it up like that.
We get goosebumps.
What a beast. Yeah, what a beast. How are his vocals live?
Oh, dude, he delivers. He's so loud all the time. Like, I don't know how you can project that loudly and that abrasively.
Yeah.
Range is phenomenal.
Amazing. Life is not lost in the gaze of all that is not. Nothingness delegates. Tell me about that.
So that's definitely a line that, like, speaking before about some influences, definitely like, how would Caroline write this? And I feel like I sort of got to that level with this. It's like this. It's got like that little Caroline poetic flow to it. But this is sort of the like the twinkle in the eye during the anxiety. It's like, well, wait a minute. What if there's something else though? Like, what if it doesn't have to be like a big scary thing? Like, what if I'm not looking in the right direction? So
Gotcha.
this is
So this is where that flip is. That just mindset flip.
yes, yep. It's like, well, there could be something. So like, yeah, maybe if I tell myself that like
This is
I'm
not the
not
end of it all.
right, exactly, exactly.
Yeah. And that's a very hard thing to do when you're in that moment and you're going through something scary and there's fear. The last place your mind goes to is trying to balance it out like that, like try to see the bright side or try to see a positive in that moment. So it's something that definitely comes in time. And is that how it was for you? Like when you were going through that moment, were you able to kind of separate those thoughts, or did that come later when you were kind of analyzing what had just happened to you?
It was definitely the bulk of it was more so later for sure. I think like it in the moment felt like a, you know, one step forward, six back
Hmm.
sort of ordeal where it's like you have the thought that could steer you in the positive way, but then like, you know, it you quickly abandon that and then you retrace your steps, you know, towards the well, what if this and what if that and I'm forgetting all these other negative things. So yeah, definitely a post mortem, so to speak.
One thing I like about the what if conversation is I think a lot of us view things in the negative almost, or in the sense where like, what if this doesn't work out for me? What if I don't last as long in this career as I thought? But and that's kind of where I would maybe think the song was going if I didn't know this, if I didn't like break this down with you. And so this is the what if, but in the opposite way. Like, what if there is hope? What if there is something that can come that's positive out of this? Yeah, I might have to take 6 steps back, but I needed to take those 6 steps back because I ran through the first three way too fast and I missed the whole point of it all.
Yep. Hell yeah. Yeah, dude. Exactly. That's exactly it.
Yeah. Yeah. See this one's fun. I like this breakdown because these lyrics are they don't come to me as easy as some of the other ones have. And so I'm really having to think about this. And then when I'm like, huh, that's a great thought. Like these lyrics are very like insightful and very powerful. And I'm still going back to if impermanence had a face. I think that's probably so far that's my favorite line in the song. I love it. But life is not lost in the gaze. And that's great too. That's great too because the gaze is just kind of the darkness. It's the void.
Yeah,
And
exactly. It's like that imagery of, you know, the whole, you know, something having a face, you know, the impermanence, the void, what have you. Yeah, exactly.
and it's like maybe if I turned around, maybe there's light back there and not just all darkness.
Bingo.
Interesting. Mm. All right.
You get it. This is
Yeah.
fantastic. You get it, man. This is like so validating for me. Thank you.
Cool. 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 Yeah, of course.
Temporal sensations on record.
All right. All right.
Oof.
Let's go over this. I feel like in the way that he's singing it, like I can feel the emotion there. Like he's not like you can tell he's not just like singing or screaming. It's like a like I can feel it. And the way that he delivers these lines is really powerful.
It
Um
I'm biased, but absolute magic as far as I'm concerned.
So, overtaken by constant writhing, beyond compulsion, bordering instinct, the abyss stares back, and the fact there's no sight of self. Prompt the need to wind the clocks back. Temporal sensations are unmet quota. Yeah, I'm gonna have you break that down first.
So that first little screamy bit there, the overtaken by constant writhing, is sort of just a reminder of like where your body is, what your body's doing. Going back to that opening section where you're just riddled with anxiety and you're so stuck in that claustrophobic
just overtaken by it.
That's just a kind of a recount to just like reestablish like, oh yeah, so like we're getting some progress made, but there's still this thing we're confronting. But then there's that quick snap and dynamic to that like big soaring part. The God, I wrote these lyrics.
Temporal sensations are unmet quota.
Yeah. The abyss stares back, all of that. So that's a matter of just like you're finally realizing, okay, like you were looking at the void here, and it's looking back at you. You're not in it. You're never gonna be in it. But instead of that being like a fearful thing, like knowing and accepting that like you will do things in this plane of existence, namely caring for other people, that will sort of sidestep the need to feel like you need to exist in the abyss. If it's very, very obtuse as I'm saying this out loud, but like the like this need for like seeing things and touching things and feeling things is like it's cool, but I think it's ultimately like not the purpose we're here for. And again, I'm jumping ahead a little bit in topic, but
not the purpose we're here for. What do you think our purpose is, Josh?
With spoiler alert, I think it's to love people and be loved and care for them and be cared for, and because that's the only thing that exists outside of time as far as I'm concerned.
Prompt the need to wind the clocks back. That reminds me of how I thought the opening is somebody living in the past. It's like winding those clocks back. Like you can't take back that time. You can't go back there. But we want to so fucking bad.
All the time. All the time.
And the past doesn't exist. Like there's no way to go there. So it's almost like the past can be looked at as the void too. Temporal sensations are unmet quotas. To me, that means never happy. Like,
yeah, God, when you put it like that, get out of my head.
It's like setting goals and then getting there and then being like, fuck, is that it? If this is it, I gotta get a new goal. And it's just never being able to reach that goal. It's overtaken all the time by talk about overtaken by constant writhing. These just constant thoughts are just like you have to get better, you have to do this, you have to get to this point, and then you get there and it's almost like you have to circle back because you're overtaken by it again. It's like, okay, wait, no, this isn't what I thought it was. I need a higher goal or something more in order to feel this way. It's always needing more.
God, you said it better than I ever could have. That's exactly it. That's A+, gold star.
Wow. Yeah. And so what I'm saying is, what it sounds like poetry. It's like I just said it, never happy, never being satisfied, always looking for the next thing. But when you word it, temporal sensations are unmet quota, I'm like, man, I need to sit with that one for a minute. I love it.
It's so
very creative writing.
Thank you, man. Like it's not lost on me. I hope I can convey that, like, how like appreciative of that I am. Like, that is like some of the best compliments I could ever receive. So, like, sincerely, thank you. That rules.
Absolutely. No background in writing for you?
I was a philosophy minor in undergrad, so like I wrote there, but like not any formal.
But that mindset of like philosophy has always just kind of been there for you. It's always kind of, there's always been something somewhat there, or that was just kind of like one-off thing in school.
That was definitely always there. I picked up one of my intro classes and like something clicked. It's like, oh, so there are other people out there thinking like this. Oh, okay, this is cool.
Gotcha. That's where that comes from. Okay, cool. I like it. All right, let's keep rocking out. So I was actually going to stop it a little bit before, but I was like, I want to keep going. Like, I just want to keep listening to it. Well, let's break down those last lyrics there. I'm gonna let you go first.
It's the the juvenile greed, impermanence, juvenile greed. That's like, it's I love the parallel there. It's like musically, it's the heaviest part of the song, and it's like it's just pissed.
Oh yeah, those drums, dude, were that was sick. That was sick. I'm not a drummer, but I've always wanted to be.
Dude, please.
So whenever I hear some solid drum skills, I always have to point it out. So that was good. That was good.
Thanks, man.
Yeah.
It's sort of like, it's a pissed, sort of like confident, like, okay, here's my footing. I'm recognizing that my like constant want, need to like try to like go back, to try to like, have something eternal, to exist forever, to like evade death. I'm like, to hell with that. I don't need that. That's super juvenile to like need that. It's not possible. So given that fact, second stanza, the repeat of the chorus there, ending with love, the only thing that exists outside the bounds of time, is just like, okay, if we're confronted with the fact that like we are all going to die one day, our time is defined, it will end. What do we do with the time that we have to make sure it's a valuable experience for ourselves? You provide love and you experience love, because like you hold with you the love that you've experienced from your grandparents and your other family members and people that have come into your life and have since gone. Like, those are the things that I think do truly exist in some woo-woo bullshit, like unscientific way. outside of time. And I think that's like the final realization of like, oh, this anxiety, death, fear, irrelevance, all this stuff, anxiety, and like, oh wait, okay, love is the answer.
Love is the answer. So one thing that I like to do sometimes is sometimes after listening to a song and reading lyrics and doing this, there's like a single word that pops out. And not like pops out of the song, but just pops into my head of like, oh, this is what this song can kind of represent. Let me kind of just vent that out for a second.
Yeah.
To me, even though the song is about something heavy that you dealt with, and ultimately the thing, you know, that persists outside of all of this, out of the void, is love. To me, this song is about time. And it's about, what do you do in that time? Like, there's the way the song starts is the struggles, and the way that it ends is that it's bright and love. And so to me, it's like a journey. This song kind of just takes you of a journey of like, yeah, there's moments when your body might not be feeling the great. You're not perceiving these things right. You might feel like the world is almost caving in on you with the walls shivering, and you feel like you might be a joke, and you know, you're kind of insecure about some of your own things, and so they're mocking you. They all know, and you think that they all know. But as time goes on, like, you start to see it in a different way of like, life is not lost in this, because through time we figure out that you don't always stay in that place. You don't always just, it's not one spot that you stay in. Like, life is a journey. It's like, you're going to go through these ups and downs and these waves, and so like, you're not going to get lost in that, even though you're in it again and you think, oh shit, I'm back in this again. But you also know you're going to get out of it again, because you have. And so the void, to me, it's almost, and then I love the temporal sensations unmet quotas, because I feel like I'm the worst with that. I am my own worst enemy. You know, like, I'm like, I think that I need this in order to be happy, and then I get that, and then I'm still not happy, because ultimately it's not these things and things you achieve and awards and goals. It's about love and the time that you have here, and just kind of see it as this journey. Yeah, you might get lost in the void for a little bit, but life isn't lost there. Love isn't lost there. So make good on your time.
Yes.
That's how I sum up this song. That's how I sum up Proxy.
I am through the roof that like you picked up on the time element. Like, that is such a central theme for a lot of, I'll just say the whole album is rooted in like, we have to confront the fact that we have finite time. Like,
yeah.
And with that confrontation is a lot of shit, right? It's like, you're gonna find some really deep holes, and you're gonna find a lot of good reprieve, but like, you gotta confront it, and the sooner you confront it, the more fulfilling I think your life can be. So like, so stoked that you picked up on the time thing.
So Josh, why is time so important to you?
Because it is the definitive resource that we can guarantee is finite. We will never be able to buy more.
Yeah.
You get what you get, and the scariest part is you don't actually know how much you're gonna get. So
yeah, that's true.
Gets me riled.
What has made you see life this way? And I'm sure, you know, you see this, you know, the way that you see life is not just in the way that you write, but in the way that you just have regular, you know, how the way you live your everyday life with work or relationships and friendships. And, you know, was there something that happened, or, you know, or like a lyric you heard, or music, or just anything where that just kind of made you realize one day, no, this time is precious? Or have you always kind of been that way?
Definitely haven't always been that way. I kind of used to be a shithead. It's a twofold answer. I think. I mean, primarily going back to like the philosophy thing in undergrad. That sort of like put me on a path to ultimately get into stoicism, which like stoicism face value has, I think, a pretty bad rap where it's like, oh, you're stoic, that means you don't have any feelings, you don't have any like strong dispositions, and you just like don't care about anything, which is like
Yeah.
very misconstrued. So that viewpoint comes from a lot of just like reading, stoic handbooks, really like dumbed down stuff to like make applicable. But secondly, last year about this time, I was in a bike accident, like biking to work, fell, ended up like going to the couple like emergency rooms, and like during the intake process, they were like drawing my blood, and like my heart just like stopped.
Oh,
For what the reports say is like several seconds. So like
wow.
full on died from what I can speculate is death, right? Ended up getting some broken ribs out of it, blah blah blah. But so the irony of that, all of that happened, as we're writing this album about what we're talking about here, this like finitude of time and like love and care. So like the stoicism and then the real experience of that on top of writing this was just like, okay, this seems like it's a pretty good indicator that this is probably a good way to conduct myself. So like let's keep rolling with that. And it's not a foolproof system, and everybody's imperfect. I'm not certainly the best patron of loving people. I find frustrating, but like is still trying to give benefit of the doubt, be patient, and try to just ultimately understand that people are as they are.
Yeah. Yeah. It's crazy how one thing in life could just change the entire way you view it. It's crazy.
And you never know what it is until it happened.
And so after that accident, your mental health journey. Now, you're a drummer, and you've probably been drumming for quite a while, probably before the accident, I would assume. And so going through something very heavy, I'm sure that had traumas that kind of came with it. I mean, I got into a car accident once where the car flipped over and I was in the hospital and everything. It was awful. But now, like, whenever I'm driving, sometimes those kind of things kind of pop up every once in a while. And it's, so there was a journey that I went through to kind of get out of that. But for you, so your journey after this was still to get through music and to get back behind that drum set and get back to writing. How has music played a role in your daily mental health and getting you through things that are kind of difficult to go through? And not really your music specifically, but just music in general too.
Oh, I mean, it is the antidote of all antidotes for me. I think. I mean, it's always there. If I'm not listening to something, it's a pretty rare occasion. But like, it is the most effective sort of consoling I think I could have. I mean, there are times where, I mean, you can use it to augment your mood. You can use it to augment your ideas, or you can use it as a antithesis, if you will, to like if you're feeling in a shitty mood and you put on something upbeat and bright, blah blah blah. You can turn things around for you. But it is the ultimate sort of like Swiss Army knife where I can depend on it anytime, anywhere that I need, and it's just like it is truly a nourishing thing. I was listening to Jakub Zatecki heading to a show last weekend, and it's just like something about it. I can like feel my soul regrowing when I'm listening to it. It's like one of those like things. It's just like, yeah, it's the best thing out there as far as I'm concerned.
The power of music. It's healing.
What
not
about you? Like,
yeah.
what's your take on music? Like, I mean, what do you have like listening habits for day to
Yeah.
day?
Yeah, I mean, well, thank you for asking. Yeah, I mean, music to me is I feel like if I don't have music on, I'm always thinking about it, and I'm hearing my favorite lyrics throughout the day just in my head to get me through the day. Like I feel like I'm listening to music 24/7, but like I have music that I listen to when I'm in a good mood or in a bad mood or when I'm sad or when I'm pissed or when I'm going to the gym or when I'm running. Like I if you look at the playlist on my phone, it just goes on, it just goes down and down and down of like what I need in that moment. But yeah, I mean without music, I wouldn't be here today. And music has saved my life on multiple occasions. Corey Taylor, Slipknot, songs like Snuff, the ones that hit heavy and have a good message. To me, like I know a lot of people listen to music for the music part of it, and and that's great. But to me, music has always been about the lyrics, and if I can't connect to it, I don't really enjoy listening to it.
Right.
And so, and that's kind of how this podcast got started, is because once I learned how heavy that these lyrics can be for artists and for the fans, and to get an understanding of where the artist and where the songwriter's head was, I think it can just make the artist and the fan and the art just become closer. And
It's the communicative thing. It's right. It's like literally bringing people together.
yeah. And that's why like shows are so special, because everybody there has their own version of what that song means to them. And it's like, yeah, we're all singing the same lyrics, we're all physically in the same place, but mentally we are all somewhere else when we hear that song or our song, or the song that does that to us. And so the energy at shows it's unmatchable. It's pretty wild.
Well, that's astute way to put that. That's again, A+ gold star. You're nailing it.
Thank you. So what's the so what's next for you guys? So you're saying that you had so your first full album just came out in September.
Yep, September 12th.
And now you're hitting the road here starting tomorrow.
Yeah, we wrapped up some shows last weekend, some home state stuff, and we're heading out 5 more days this upcoming week, and then we've got a couple more stragglers before the end of the year.
Cool.
And yeah, looking forward to it.
So what is 2026 for Solshade?
Farther, better, faster, stronger.
Love it. Faster, stronger.
Yeah.
That just means I was just gonna say I just see you on the drum set just having to go faster now. You gotta start running and get that cardio up, man.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you're biking, so yeah, never mind.
Yeah, dude, on it.
Have you ever done a triathlon or anything?
No, dude. We with some of my friends and we did our first century ride. So it's 100 miles.
Shit, cool.
I suckered them into doing it on my birthday. So that's the extent of our like extreme athleticism so far. But I would like to try something.
Yeah, I've ran a few marathons, and I would love to. I would love to do a triathlon. That's kind of like one of my next things. But I'm just like, I don't have any really water near me. Like I'm in Brooklyn, New York, and there's no like. I'm like, I got to go to a gym or something to practice swimming, and I don't like biking around here because the streets are just so crazy. So I'm like, I don't know if living in New York is the best time to do a triathlon. Maybe if I'm, when I move to the next place, we'll see. But that's a goal of mine, and getting a bike, and would love to one day. 100 miles, though, that's rough.
It was fun. It was a mental thing for some of it, but it was like, do the hard thing, right? But please do the marathon or the triathlon. I feel like if you can run 26.2 miles, the rest is just like a cakewalk. I've only run a 5K, and that was like, maybe I could do a 10K. I don't know, but
yeah. Well, doing those intense cardio workouts like back to back to back, I've never done anything like that before, so I don't know. It seems like a pretty intense challenge, but I love it. I'm always up for a challenge.
Well, keep me posted on how that works for you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I bet you can do it.
I'm gonna try. I don't know if New York is the time to do that, but one day I will. Well, where can everybody now go and dissect more of your poetic lyricism on this album? Where would you lead everybody to go to listen to everything else and stay up to date on everything Solshade?
Everything Solshade. You can find us on Instagram. It's Solshade Music, SOLSHADE Music. I believe Facebook is the same. We've got some vinyl. I think there's like 10 copies left of super cool, sick variants on our
Do you
label's
sign
website.
them? Do you sign them before you send them out?
Not from the label's headquarters, but if you come to a show and buy one, we will happily sign.
Hell
and
yeah.
there is an insert. It's got all your lyrics. You can dissect away until your heart's content. So yeah, come to a show, grab a record. Silent Pendulum Records for a few more copies of their variant records. Yeah.
I love that you said that the lyrics are in there and you can dissect them, because that just took me back to, when I was growing up, I didn't, there was no streaming or anything, so we all had the CD booklets and everything. And oh my god, man, I can't even tell you how excited I would be to be like, okay, I'm gonna get home, I'm gonna open up the book and just read the lyrics. That was always my favorite part, was opening up the book and just reading along and singing along and feeling like I'm already there. I don't have to go look up. I mean, I'm here with this book. I'm in this moment. I'm not on a phone or anything, and I'm here with these lyrics. And that was always my favorite part, and I miss that.
Dude, I know. It's such a... This is going to be weird, too, but, like, I also miss the smell of the CD booklets.
Yeah.
Like, I was probably sound crazy, but maybe this happened to you, too. Like, I remember opening the Volume 3 Subliminal Verses, and just that scent is just a time machine. If I ever
smell like
that
maggots.
Again,
You smell like maggots. That's the smell you're talking about with the
exactly
with the Slipknot album. Yeah.
but
But no, I totally, absolutely.
Easier days.
You guys have CDs?
Yes, we've got CDs on our Bandcamp. Thank you for the reminder. I believe Silent Pendulum also has some.
Hell yeah. Well, thank you for hanging out with me and sharing your story. I know kind of going deep into some of the lyrics and, reliving some past traumas and stuff isn't always the best, but I think it's great to have these conversations so people feel that they're not alone in this. And, there is, there's a way to not get lost in that gaze. There's a way to get out of it if you kind of just look at it a little bit differently. This song provides hope, and it gives you a great perspective on time, which I think that is the most important thing that we have. So,
man, I appreciate you so much. This has been fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, best of luck with everything, and if you're ever out in Brooklyn, New York, hit me up, and
that would be the best.
Go and check you guys out for sure.